Hey everybody, welcome to Hanging with Uncle. I'm Gene and let's get started. Today's topic I want to talk about is welfare, for lack of a better term, because welfare encompasses uh, subsidies or reliance on government to live. So keep that in mind what welfare is. You need subsidies to live. We have Section 8 because people cannot afford housing. And the reason for that is because they don't make enough money, which I want to cover a wide range of topics on this one. So kind of stay with me, all right? When I talk about not having enough wages, first of all, in order to get Section 8, you have to have a job. Okay, that's part of the requirements because they subsidize your income subsidize your rent based on your income. You have to have a job if you want Section 8 housing. Okay, food stamps. The most somebody gets, the average is like $130 a month for somebody that gets food stamps. And that's where we want to call it welfare, because people do nothing to get something, which is the mentality of the right, okay? And that's what you hear a lot. Oh, the welfare queens, which is what Ronald Reagan started with his racist ass. You can tell, no, I'm not a Reagan fan. But, you hear that a lot. However, when it comes to farmers, when we give them our tax dollars, it's not welfare, it's called subsidizing. What's the difference? You tell me what the difference is, okay? They work to produce the food that we eat. Yes. And we have people that work to prepare the food that we eat if we decide we want to go out. Yes. What we don't have is the proper wages to go along with that. Okay? So, my question is, where do you think the real problem is of government spending? Is it the 30 million or billion, whatever, the links in the description box below that go to welfare just to categorize it all in one lump sum? Or do you think it's the 60 billion that go to the rich, the 1%, for their tax cuts, like we talked about yesterday with your tax increase? Where do you think the problem is in government spending, or who is the reason to blame for these welfare benefits that you think is going on and the reason our country is spending too much? For example, when every time you go to the gas station, there's a 3-cent tax for the pipeline to be maintained. Now, why are you paying for the pipeline when the petroleum industry earns billions of for-profit dollars every quarter? Why can't they pay for that themselves? That's a form of corporate welfare, and the list goes on. There's lots of other examples. I'd love to know the examples that you could give the audience. That's just one that I have that sticks out to mind. So, one thing I hear, especially now, minimal skill versus minimum wage. Number one, when the minimum wage law was enacted, the legislative intent was that anyone who works full-time would earn enough money to support themselves. But somehow the greedy, the top, the 1%, have developed this term minimal skill. You think somebody that flips a burger at McDonald's deserves $15, $20 an hour? What kind of skill does that take? Well, my question is, If the work I'm doing is so minimally skilled, why is McDonald's making billions of for-profit dollars every year? Okay, so to me, minimal skill should equal minimal profits. Think about it for a second. If you make billions of for-profit dollars every year, you can afford to pay your workers enough money that they won't need welfare benefits. They can pay for themselves wherever they go because they work full-time and provide a service to the community of millions of people that don't cook, that rely on a drive-through to eat or have food sent to them. So pay people a living wage. That will get them off welfare. Tax the rich so they pay their fair percent of taxes. Again, I refer to yesterday's episode, and start, again, remembering who benefits from the minimal skill conversation. It's the rich, because they have used that term to divide us so they can continue to make billions of for-profit dollars. The more you can convince people that they don't deserve to make a living wage, even though they're making a crap ton of profits for the owner, who benefits from that? So let's stop fighting amongst ourselves. Again, it's not the left versus right. It's the top using the left versus right as a tool to divide and profit. Because from the left side of the aisle, I see an argument to raise the minimum wage. And from the right side of the aisle, I see arguments of minimal skill. So that's an example of what I mean. And that's another reason you see more voters shifting toward the middle. An episode we talked about a couple of days ago. So that's what I have. Again, please leave your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, or notification bell if you have not already. Be kind to one another. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. Thank you for hanging with Uncle. I'm Gene, and we'll see you next time. Bye.